Yeah, my name's Kevin Berry. I'm 43 years old from Ocean Springs. This is my wife, Liz. We've been married since '09, so 12 years. We've got a son that's just finished in 4th grade, tomorrow actually. And I've been a marine biologist here for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm. So. We've been going to Mosaic for about 11 years now.
So starting probably in February or early March, I started getting some weird, tingling sensations in my right calf. It never went away, and things seemed like they were moving. Numbness was starting to move in other areas of my leg and further up my leg, and so I decided we needed to go to the doctor, and they ordered an MRI of my brain. That same day after the MRI was done, they had found something. They suggested I get a biopsy done. So I had the biopsy done, and then we had to wait another 2 weeks to get the results from that. And in those 2 weeks, my symptoms really took a nosedive, where I've lost all use of my right side of my body for the most part. I've had to stop being able to do my job. The results from the biopsy ended up being worse than what even the neurosurgeons were expecting. It turns out that this is a grade 4 glioblastoma, which basically is kind of like the worst news that you could get in this case. The diagnosis was maybe like 15 months or so, and there was still a possibility that I could be looking at weeks. None of us, we didn't know this was coming, but I certainly don't want to mean it sounding like it was on a fast track or anything, but we have come a long way, and I believe that God was clearly preparing us for this, even though we had no clue that this is what we were being prepared for. We also started doing Bible studies as a family. And then we moved on to books of the Bible. We went through the book of Matthew, and this was a Bible study just, with the family, just the 3 of us. But that became a regular thing for us. Because of all of that, those conversations, Jacob made the decision to become baptized, which obviously that's something that in my head I always hoped that I would get a chance to do, not thinking that I would not have time down the road to do it. Just the fact that I would one day be able to get to baptize my son was always something that I would hope that I would get a chance to do. And obviously Liz was right there with me while we did it, and I got to dunk him, and it was such a proud moment. I'm sure the proudest moment I've ever had in terms of in a church setting, I believe, for sure. A lot of people don't get the opportunity and time that we're given. As hard as it is to look at it that way sometimes, like I said, we've had several months of turmoil of trying to understand what's going on, but it's been several months that we have had to spend time together and prepare for this, that a lot of people don't get. A lot of people are gone in the blink of an eye. So
I would just say, for those that feel like they have so much time, that, the fact of it is God doesn't promise us a specific amount of time.
If you're watching this video and you think that, you have time to get things taken care of on your own time, I would just say that you can't just assume that you're going to have more time and that you can do things on your time. The time is now. There's no better time than now to make these kind of spiritual decisions for your family, for yourself.
If you're not a believer, we've got to get to work, get right with Him, and lead a spiritual life for as long as you can.